Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited because today in my mailbox I got this Tiffany blue box from Day Designer with a 2019 planner inside. So I know it's a little late to be doing planner reviews for 2019, but the February-March time period is actually a really good time to try out a new planner, especially if you'd like a really pricey planner, but you're not sure if it's going to work out for you or if it's going to meet all of your needs for 2019. You have an opportunity usually at the end of February, beginning of March, to get these planners at a deep discount, which is why I generally try out some of the more expensive planners at the end of February, beginning of March. So this guy came in today just to give you a little bit of information about shipping. I ordered this guy on Saturday. It is now Thursday here in Hawaii. It might be a little bit faster in shipping if you're in the continental United States. So it arrived in this beautiful Tiffany blue box. This sheet over here is just covering my address. This paper tab came in a Shop Jessica Hart's seasonal planner kit, and I just used it there to cover up my address. I went ahead and slid this part open. It was held together with some strong packing tape. The inside of the box is this beautiful striped white and gold, and it does say Day Designer on the inside, and it gives a little bit of information about the Day Designer, a little bit of history for the company. And then once you go into the box, there seems to be a box in a box situation happening here. So it is like quite heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me just pick this guy up. Ooh. And it is picking up my light ring right over it. So this is the Day Designer, the original size. So there is an original and a mini. Here on the side I can see it says flagship, format, collection is flagship, format is daily. It has a picture of the design cover that I chose, and then it just says design your life at daydesigner.com and 2019. This little card just slipped out of the box, and it says the Day Designer, the strategic planner and daily agenda for living a well-designed life. And it has some information on how to use the planner, the today and to-do section, focus, alignment, inspiration, big picture, and reminders. And it's a nice kind of cardstock with some foiling there at the bottom. And here in the back, it just says how to care for your Day Designer, so some information on that. This packaging is beautiful, so I do feel like it has a very luxurious feel, kind of worth the money. I do want to say how much I paid for it. So originally this size of the Day Designer sells for $59. I purchased it for 30% off, but currently I see that it is even more than that off right now. I think it's 30% off of the sale price, because as of this filming, which is the last day of February, I do see that it is on the Day Designer website for $29.50 for this size and $24.50 for the mini size. So if you do want to try the Day Designer, now would probably be a good time to do it. They also have released their academic calendars, which run from, I believe it's June, like from the summer of 2019 to the summer of 2020. So those are also out and at full price. Clearly this is very, very nicely wrapped. There's bubble wrap in here. I'm trying to pop it. My son's gonna be mad that I popped some of those. There is another cardstock with a little crest there. Oh, it's really beautiful. I like it. Here's a little contest that they have for taking an Instagram picture of your Day Designer and posting it, and it looks like every month they pick a winner to refund the cost of their planner. So that is pretty cool. I'm going to pull this out. So we have a box in a box, and then a plastic wrap in a bubble wrap. It's a little excessive, but again, I guess when you pay upwards of $60 for a pre-printed planner without too much customization, I guess they want to make sure that it is very protected on the way over to you. The cover design that I chose is called Snow and Graham. I actually had my eye on a different design cover. I was interested in the indigo tile, but by the time I went to purchase this one, they only had that cover in the mini size. And since I've already kind of tried out that size and it didn't really work out for me, I thought I would just go ahead with an alternative cover. And these are actually my very favorite colors, that rich royal blue and some pastel pinks. So it ended up working out for me in the end. So this cover is a really thick cardboard, I guess. And the corners have this beautiful gold toned metal on both the front and the back. And here in the back, it does say Day Designer and it has the design cover name. These rings are really substantial. So they are quite different than even, I guess like the Erin Condren rings are rather tough, but it is that one coil that goes all the way through. It does feel quite different than the Inkwell Press planner as well, but in fairness, I have a 2016 Inkwell Press before they had the shiny coil, so it could be that the thickness and the quality of this has gone up. Don't get me wrong, the Inkwell Press is actually one of my favorite planners that are coil bound, mostly because of the quality of the paper, and I really liked this is one of their old designs from 2016. Coincidentally, I also tried this one in the February-March time frame. But the point is, this definitely feels like a really high quality book, something that would be easy to keep open in a desk in a professional setting or even at home. It just feels like it's going to withstand being thrown into, say, my backpack or a work bag, and it does look just beautiful. It is also quite heavy. Like when I received the box in the mail, I was like, whoa, this is a chunky guy. So opening the first page, here is just a blank white page. I feel as though I would decorate this nicely with some stickers and potentially some lettering. Here there is a thick cardstock pocket and there are some stickers. So here are these gold stickers and it looks like there are 2 sheets of those stickers. Going down the far right hand side, there are tabs for every month, but I think I'm going to flip through one by one. According to the Day Designer website, this paper is 90 GSM white paper, and I do see that it does look like a very bright white paper. There is this cover sheet right here, and then it has a little spot for the word of the year, which I really like. I have not done a video on my word of the year yet. I do have one. Spoiler alert, it's less. After that front page, you have some information, living a well-designed life, a little bit about the company, a little bit more about daily habits, living with a purpose. There is this ruler. It's a little hard to get out, and the one that I have has, it's got that kind of protective plastic on it, so I think I just have to pull that off. Flipping to the next page, it has this self-assessment, where I am in life, and on the far left-hand corner, it has different segments of your life. Over here, it has this Venn diagram of what's important to me. It has passions, strengths, and values, and spaces for you to put your top 5 in there. Over here it says what's important to me, so we have short-term goals for 3 months and then longer-term goals out to 1 month, and then across the horizontal axis you have different domains, again, self-care, personal development, vocation, things like that. Over here it says my plan, what steps do I take to get there, so it has some goals, monthly, weekly, monthly actions, weekly routines, and daily habits, and also a section over here for progress. Then it has an ideal month, and it has a grid for you to put in your ideal month. I love this ideal week. I actually do have this in my bullet journal. I kind of map out what my perfect week would look like, and I do try to keep that kind of distribution of efforts. So I have specific hours that I check email, specific times where my son's practicing guitar and I'm making dinner. So that way we get into like a good battle rhythm, a good routine of how we operate. And I actually do this, or I have done it in my bullet journal, and it is pretty nice to have that pre-set up for you in one of these kind of pre-printed journals. Here is a 12-month overview, again, something that I have in my bullet journal, and I love these kind of mini little calendars because I have a yearly overview in my office at work, and I find it that it's really easy and convenient to just have different coding systems so that you can take a quick glance over to a calendar and be able to say, yeah, 3 months from now, I'm gonna be on a business trip. That day, my son has the day off. If you do wanna see a video on how I keep my long-term plans for work, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section and let me know that you're interested in that. I will just take my camera over to my office and do a little video on that. But this kind of setup would be super nice for me to block out days that my son is off from school, days that I'm traveling, days that my husband is traveling, and I really like the size of this 12-month overview. Here we have a list of holidays. Opposite of that are birthday and other important days. And then we start off with the monthly overview. The monthly tab is this hard, it's kind of a cardstock. It feels like maybe 100 GSM, maybe 120 GSM. If you know, leave it in the comment section down below and I can leave a little update for this. That is just that first page of the month. You have a pretty conventional monthly overview and you have a notes section here on the far left-hand side. One thing I'm noticing off the bat is that this is a nice gray tone, and I really enjoy gray inks and just the color gray in general. It seems a little bit less stark than black, and I do like black sometimes to have a sharp contrast, but sometimes it's also nice not to have such an in-your-face color. So I do like that it's all kind of this soft gray, and there is some shading on the weekends, but it's not like an obnoxious fully saturated color, although I feel like I could make this very colorful if I chose to do that. Starting with the first page, so here's kind of the meat of the planner. On top it has the top 3. On the left hand side it does have your daily agenda. It goes from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, which is one of the reasons why I also gravitated toward this guy rather than the smaller one. I start my day really early. I wake up at 5 every day and I'm at the gym around 5:30, and then I try to get to bed before 10. So this is actually mirrors my daytime or awake hours perfectly, which kind of contributed to me spending the extra cash for getting the larger one. And over here you have a to-do list, you have some notes, daily gratitude, a section for dinner, a section for don't forget, dollars and due, things that are due, and then right here there is a little bit of inspiration. On the top left hand corner and right hand corner are the days of the week, including the date. One thing that I would like to see on these dailies are potentially the day of the year. So let's say January 1st is day 1, January 2nd is day 2. It's just kind of like a little thing that I like. I also like it when the weeks say it's like week 1, 2, or 3 of the year. I think the Hobonichi does have that. Yeah, so the Hobonichi Techo, right here it has the month and the day and the day of the week and the date, and then right next to it it has, this is day 213. Alright, so with this guy it just continues on with the same format until you get to the weekend. So let me go ahead and find a weekend page. So the weekends here, this is Saturday and this is Sunday. You have a top 3 and then you have an agenda. And at the very bottom you have weekly planning. So you have Monday through Sunday in these small boxes. And then it just continues like that every day until you get to the next month. So one thing that I appreciate in these pre-printed planners are when the month has a blank page right in front of it. It has 3 empty boxes that you can use for anything that you'd like, and then I like having this full page of notes that you can take notes in. Then we have national holidays and little flags to indicate those national holidays, and then it goes on like that for the remainder of the year. At the very end of the planner, you have the last day of the year, and that is followed by 1, 2, 3 blank pages, and then the back does not have an additional folder. It just has that glossy finish and that same hard cardstock. So overall, I am quite impressed with several things on this planner. First off, it has several of the layouts that I included in my bullet journal. Some of those things are already included in this pre-printed planner. Some of the other things I love about it is how weighty it is. I feel like it's really substantial. It feels like a high quality planner. It lays nice and flat. I feel like I would be able to leave it open in my desk. I also really love being able to fold a planner onto itself. It's the one thing that I don't have in my bullet journal that I wish that I did have. I also really like this cover. It again looks really high quality, nicely finished. I feel like I really am getting my money's worth just because of how nice and protected it feels. Some of the things that I don't like about the planner, it's kind of a con to a pro because it is so sturdy and substantial. It is quite heavy. I feel like it'd be difficult for me to carry it around with me, and I do carry my bullet journal around with me all the time. If I'm going to the supermarket or if I'm just like running out to the store, or even if I'm moving around my house, I like to have it with me. This would be too much for me to carry around, but not that much larger than an Erin Condren, which I did carry around with me for about 1.5 years. The other thing I don't really like about this planner is the weekends. Shared weekends are really kind of a deal breaker for me, although I knew that this planner had shared weekends, so it was something that I was already prepared for. It feels like it would be a little bit of a struggle for me to try to move my planning into this weekend. Now, I think that this is a planner that I would prefer to keep at work rather than keep at home, so it's possible that I just won't need the weekends. I have a lot of things written in my bullet journal for my weekend plans, and that's because I don't do my work planning in there. I do my work planning in my Hobonichi, so the weekends in my bullet journal are really full of events and to-dos, whereas my weeks are kind of sparsely populated. So if I was going to use this potentially for a stay at work on my desk type of planner, it's possible that this really doesn't have that much of an effect or an impact on my life really. So it's something for me to think about, and it's something that I already knew, so it's not really a big disappointment. It's just something to think about if you're considering this planner. So this guy's probably going to be added to my collection of planners. I feel like a little bit justified in having planners even if I use them or don't use them, mostly because I keep them as reference points, and I was happy that I was able to get it for a steal, and I am not sure how it's jiving right now with kind of simplifying my office space, but nevertheless, I'm happy that I purchased it and that I was able to share it with you all. Alright guys, that's about it for today. Until next time, I hope this video brought you some utility and joy.